Sure about Kamala Harris. How you feel about her?
She's a piece of shit.
Yes, she does.
Who?
Mrs. Imhoff, Vice President of the United States, who goes by her maiden name,
Miss Kamala?
Kamala Harris.
See, it's hypocrisy. But you see, I did this because I did what I did, and that's what I did, which is because that's why I did it.
What did he say?
What the hell did you just say?
Yo, Judge Joe Brown, this guy hates Kamala. I don't know why he doesn't like her at all. Like, look, I mean, I don't like her at all, but this guy really doesn't like her. I literally reacted to a video with him already. That's an older video where he already goes ham on Kamala, calling out her for basically how she screwed her way to the top, along with a myriad of other things, how she's against the black man and took pride in locking black folks up, all sorts of stuff like that that's pretty well known, or should be, about Cackling Kamala. But this guy, another video popped up again of him going ham on her again, and it looks like it might be even better than the previous one. I recorded another one. I'm thinking I'm gonna, produce and make a thumbnail for that one, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Nani?
what is this? They got another one. I'm like, damn, Judge Brown, give Kamala a chance to breathe. He's like, no, she's a bitch. He don't like Kamala Harris. It's painfully clear, and we about to find out more about that right now.
Ask you about Kamala Harris. How you feel about her?
She's a piece of shit. I was in California. She lacked professional competence, and she worked on it by hiking up her hemline when she needed influence rather than researching.
Wow.
I was out in California for 15 years doing my show when she was at her peak, and she had a reputation amongst the trial lawyers of being lazy. She just hike her skirt up and try to flirt, and she wasn't that good in the courtroom, if not pretty bad in the courtroom. So I'm not surprised at what she does. She's 60 years old, and I think, listening to her word salad and the way she talks, I think she's got early onset dementia and also some problems with menopausal complications.
Oh my God.
You see, today is going to be tomorrow, so since it's going to be tomorrow, today we have tomorrow, which is why we are now. Like, what did you say?
Oh my
They have
God.
something in mind, but they cannot cognate getting all the way through it, which is why she's famous for this word salad garbage, and she doesn't make a bit of sense. I think, since she's only 60, she's actually on a worse track than Biden was. Biden is 20-some years older than her, and he has been senile for a long time. Now, about 5 or 6 years ago, when did they start ramping up to do this? 2019. Okay, I was saying Biden has been a failure his whole adult career, a second-rate, third-string player. He's in the game, so he wants to make a name for himself. I considered him for years poor urban trailer park trash, and he's a crook. You get her, everybody that is everybody would be afraid to go against her because of what she can pass herself off as. And then you get somebody that's easy to control because she's lazy. Because
Well, I think it's more than that. It's definitely that they want Kamala Harris to try to hit you with the I'm black, I'm black, I'm black, and then all the other black folks just pile on top of the rest of us black people, like, we don't want to vote for her. They're like, hey. There's all kinds of people going nuts if you don't want to support Kamala Harris, because they feel like you have to be on code with this whole mess. It's not just that Kamala Harris is just lazy, it's that she doesn't have any principles. It's very easy to tell just from watching even a single clip of Kamala Harris that she doesn't believe a damn thing that she's talking about. She just goes along with whatever she feels is the popular issue at the time in the direction in which she's going to inevitably be successful. one might say she's following the ways of the people. So she's on the left. She knows that she can't go too far left because she's running for president. So she's kind of, gravitating a little further toward the middle and trying to pretend like she's not super progressive like she was out in California. But out in California, she's just one big fat super progressive liberal lunatic. She's basically like Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney was a Democrat, suddenly runs for president, says he's a Republican. Fake as hell. Like, people like this are one and the same to me. No respect for fake politicians. Inevitably, that's going to be the main reason why she loses, on top of this crumbling economy, record inflation, high prices, so on and so forth.
Because she is becoming incoherent, and because she's always tried to do the casting couch to get where she wants. Now, the problem is that'll get somebody to a certain level quickly, but you can't get past that level if you don't have competence and talent. So my thing about it is if I'm crude about it, in this city years ago, I used to represent a whole bunch of pimps and hoes, and I know a hoe when I see one.
What did he say?
And I say this, I don't care, women, you do what you want to do if you want to have recreational sex, but when you do the casting couch or anything else for professional purposes to get paid or advance, you a hoe. And she's old hoe. And the problem is what is she supposed to do? Somebody, one of her sycophant slaves, comes up and unwraps her in a carpet naked at Putin's feet, and he says, "Oh yeah, I'm Julius Caesar." He said, "No, I got better stuff here already. Plus, I don't want you anyway, you old woman. Get on up." Or Xi Jinping, is he supposed to be impressed? She's doing word salad. Well, we're here today because China and the U.S. are here today, and that's why we have to agree on what we're doing here today. Like, fool, what did you just say? Did you say anything? And I've never seen such a salacious mess as I've seen out of her. She didn't do a very good job. She had a reputation for giving out the stiffest sentences in the United States of America for simple possession of marijuana in San Francisco, for God's sakes.
Wow.
But it was only to young black men. She's not a parent, never had any children, but she went off on this campaign to lock parents up, some of whom actually were shown to have dropped their children off at the school, but they played hooky, so she was putting them in jail.
Wow.
And then she was everybody's favorite Hindu Indian prosecutor and attorney general and senator, and now she becomes black.
Until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear.
But, I met her daddy, fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation. So if mama is on the birth certificate listed as a Caucasian, daddy says he's a Caucasian Hindu and has no black ancestors, how did she get to be black?
Well, because it's time to run for an election and get those black votes coming in, baby.
She told one big lie when she was talking about she got bust because of something Biden did when she was running against him. Well, the yearbook that she put out there that you can still get online from her high school in Canada shows she went from kindergarten through 12th grade in Canada, never went to school in the United States of America.
Oh.
She was born, by the way, in the same hospital that my ex-wife was born in, and since the only possible claim you have is through your great-grandmother, who he says was a Hindu house servant, that just happens to be swarthy, where'd you get your blackness from? See, you're faking it again. And I say this after 50 years of experience, the worst human beings you will ever find are career prosecutors. Something slimy about them. They are so turned off by humanity and everything else. They don't care. They're trying to win the game. It is just play to them. They don't give a damn about the people they represent. They just want to win. So they lie, cheat, steal to win the game.
Who could have guessed that career prosecutors aren't exactly good guys? This is something that I've actually mentioned in a previous video. I don't remember if it's one that I actually posted because I record only a couple things make the final cut. But I have definitely stated, at least in recordings, that prosecutors are the worst humans in existence, like probably on the planet, because they're literally working hard to put people in jail, including people that they know a lot of times are innocent. Doesn't matter what the evidence is, their job is to do that, right? Same for a defense attorney, their job is to protect people even if they think they're guilty. But to me, the prosecutor's worse because they know that somebody's innocent. Don't matter how much crying, don't matter they got kids, don't matter their family, they're gonna be going home and going to sleep happy that they won. Yes, I put him in jail. Yes, another one down. I can't wait for tomorrow so I can put more people in jail. That's the reality of the situation, guys. That's who these people, black people, it's crazy. Black people out here just celebrating something that they normally hate, of course, when it happens to them, but with the tables turned, maybe they feel like they're happy. They like, yes, we put white people in jail. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know. These people are crazy. But to me, it's just silly. Kamala Harris is obviously, I can't say fully corrupt because I can't prove how corrupt that she was before, but certainly with this whole Joe Biden cover-up, oh yeah, she's definitely a liar. Obviously, of course, a prosecutor too. I mean, I think it's safe sometimes to judge, and yeah, she's being judged harshly because those people are no good.
And that brings up the other thing, where the Supreme Court of California ordered her to produce the evidence that was exculpating to somebody sitting up on death row that she had hidden. They did that over and over and over again with her hiding this evidence. When you were actually the boss in charge, the borders are, you just complete abject failure to that. Your only appearance down there was to sit in a chair in the desert while they interviewed you, trying to be cute, flashing your pearls, you know, and you didn't do your job. So you're talking now about you want to legitimize 20 million aliens who've come in here and see that they get fast-tracked so they can vote and become part of the whole process. What are you doing? Whose jobs are you taking away? What about the people that actually lined up to go through the rules? You know, I want to become a citizen, so I take the courses.
Screw those people, man. It don't matter. Judge Joe Brown, it don't matter. Kamala Harris said, just come on in. We gonna grant you citizenship. Don't worry about it. We gonna cheat on the election. We gonna grant you citizenship. Vote for us. Screw the black people and any other minority for that matter, because ain't nobody gonna matter. The only people that's really gonna matter is these illegal immigrants. At the end of the day, they get all the benefits. They didn't even have to vote to begin with. They didn't have to follow no type of rules. You break the law, you get rewarded in America, as long as you're not a U.S. citizen.
She had a little rally in Georgia. I think 86 people showed up. That was supposed to be interesting. And she had the nerve to call Vance unpatriotic. And he came back on her big time. He said, simplify, to serve, loyalty. I was in the Marine Corps. Over in the sand pile.
Facts.
And Trump took a bullet. What the hell have you done? You know, and you want to call somebody out on the subject. See, it's hypocrisy. But you see, I did this because I did what I did, and that's what I did, which is because that's why I did it. Like, what the hell did you just say? Do you realize what you said? Do you know?
Whether people like it or not, this guy is just calling it how he sees it. Kamala Harris has a lot of issues. She has a very poor past. She's not likable. Like, I literally got a video coming out talking about whether Kamala Harris is likable, guys. If you got to ask that question, she's not the one, okay? Career prosecutor, lied her way to the top. Judge Joe Brown in the past has said she slept her way to the top. There's a lot of issues with this woman, guys, not to mention this terrible economy, illegal immigration, being the border czar, which she's failed miserably on. She's not the one. She needs to go, and we need to make sure that she loses. Get out and vote, donate, do whatever you need to do to make sure Teflon Don is victorious. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
But by the time you got it, it was all worn and cracked and stretched, and the inside was rotted out. Look, stupid, she's a hoe.